Our next stop on the schedule heads north of the border in Mosport, Canada for the running of the Canadian Tire 300. This 10-turn road course is our next stop in the race for the chase. Levi Schoens in the 17th had a poor season, but he's on the pole for this race. Track position means a lot at road course as well. This could be big for his season. 2's outside this 47 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Then 30 of Alexander. 4th is Keegan Thompson, running out the top 5, Ryan Taylor. In 6th, it's Patrick Smith. 7th place, we have Greg Torres. Justin Lightning in 8th. 9th place is Eli Bright. And Lawrence Palapon, his teammate, runs up the top 10. Rest of the field is Jake Galloway, 2's outside Derek Hamill. Then behind them, Mathis Wells. Beside him, Nathan Stapleton. Then we have Trip McGinnis and teammate Charles Robert. Then there's Jay Jefferson, Dale Lightning. Luke Rainey with Max Anderson. Then we have Anthony Hernandez and Steven Taylor. Jeff Bright with Landon Lyons. Then Roberto Rivera and Carter Friesen. Oliver Galloway with Griffin Lynn. Then there's Jacob Davidson and Diego Yepes. Jonathan Buford with Danny Lloyd. Then we have Steve Larker and Sebastian Kukulan. Code Luigi with Joe Jefferson. Then Anton Charlebois and Pinas Lada are points leader. Then Tim Garrett at McDowell. And in the final row, Josh Crash in the 43. And starting 42nd is TJ Hanley, last season's champion and winner of this race last season in the 82 car. So there's our start on that for the Canadian Tire 300 at Mosport. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command to get these 42 engines fired up here at Mosport at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park as we go racing here at the 10-turn road course in Canada. 42 cars roll off the starting grid. Schoens, who's Zachary Fitzwater Sr., had the most coveted starting spots of anyone on the front row. Track position means a lot here at road courses. Doesn't mean you have to start first, though. We've seen drivers come from further back inside the top 10 to win. It just depends on how your car is set up. Is it set up for the long haul? Is your car set up for a short run? Is your car good in qualifying trim or race trim? We'll find out 19 laps around the 10-turn road course here in Canada. Pace car to pit road. Schoens, Fitzwater Sr., front row for the Canadian Tire 300, down off the final corner to the start finish line. We're green in Mosport. They come through the most important part of the racetrack for the first time, and on the first lap, Schoens from the pole messes it up. Fitzwater to the inside down the straightaway. This is the most important part. If you do not get off that corner, well, it ruins your whole straightaway speed. We see it with Schoens, Fitzwater to his inside, into the corner. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. to the inside, Schoens. To the final two corners, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. clears Schoens to get out front at Canadian Tire. But Schoens fighting back at the 17, right to his back bumper. Goes wide through the final corner. Fitzwater leads lap 1. Yeah, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. got a great jump as well at the start. Let Schoens get his position back, and Schoens did end up leading until that corner. They go through turn 1. Now downhill to turn 2, the left-hander. See, the front 3 have pulled a nice little gap. It's a long, swooping left-hander. Now to turn number 4, a right-hander. It's another long corner. And then we go downhill to turn number 5. Another left-hander. And then turns 6 and 7. The two most important corners. If you go wide through these corners, your whole straightaway room. There's 6 and here's 7. Schoens and Fitzwater both go wide. Rowe for second. Gets tight though on the inside. Yeah, Rowe had a good run there, but Schoens held him off there. Rowe still trying to get though down the straightaway. Looking low. But I think Schoens is going to keep it right there. And then the final 3 quarters of the approach, turns 8, 9, and 10. Right here, turn number 8. And they have a quick 9 and a quick 10. Quick left-hander 9, quick right-hander 10. There's the left-hander, then to the right-hander. Fitzwater will come off turn number 10 to lead lap number 2. And Schoens has a hungry Alexander and Keegan Thompson pressuring him to turn number 1. quick update as we get a little time to check on our points. Penny Solana starts at the back of the field and is not doing much better. 40th right now for the 77. 39th going for 38th on Tim Gary. So Solana going to lose some points as Steven Taylor, who is second in points, currently scored 21st. So Solana could lose a huge gap that he had built up over the course of this season. We check back in at the front because the pressure is for second. Alexander Rowe is right on Levi Shones. If Shones makes the mistake through this corner, Rowe is going to take it. Into the corner. 47 a little wide, but gets a nice arc. Shones goes wide. Here comes Rowe back to the inside. So Levi Shones started on pole. And now already, only 2.5 laps into the event, going to fall back to third. And both of the passes that people made on him in the same spot, down the straightaway off of turn number 7. Look at Keegan Thompson in those 6. He's Shones his teammate. Does he try and help the 17, or does he try to get a spot for himself? Here they come. Turn 8. Thompson got really tight there, went up the racetrack to get behind the 17. Shones keeps third. Thompson fourth. But Alexander Rowe is second now, trying to run down Zachary Fitzwater. With the battling they were doing, it allowed the 47 to pull away just a little bit there. And Fitzwater is the fastest car in the racetrack. Right here's a battle. Lawrence Poundpond moving by Justin Lightning, make his way up to 8th. Eli Bright rounds up the top 10. The 88 car, they have Jake Galloway 11th. Just outside of the top 10. Now this points battle getting very interesting, especially with some drivers that are towards the cutoff, like Jacob Davison. He started towards the back of the field. Davison is right now only 34th. That's detrimental to his chase chances. We have Cole Luigi, who's just inside the top 10 as well. He started further back. He's up to 30th. So he's trying to recover some ground. Anthony Hernandez is just in that chase picture. He's 28th. We have Carter Friesen with his win 26th right now. As we look back up to the point. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. leading. Alexander Rowe second. Levi Shones third. Keegan Thompson, pressure from Ryan Taylor. As Lawrence Poundpond got a great corner once again. Looking to the inside, Greg Torres for 8th. That'd be for 7th actually, because he just got by the 71 Justin Lightning the lap prior. So Lawrence Poundpond on charge, up inside the top 10, looking for 7th on Greg Torres. To the inside, through turn 8, and then turn 9 and 10. Lawrence Poundpond's got the advantage right here. Torres have to clear through this corner, it's not going to happen. Poundpond a little wide. Trying to get the arc into the corner, Poundpond going to grab 7th down the front stretch. Torres back to 8th. 24, pretty strong as of now. Alexander Rowe starting to gap the 17 just a little bit, trying to pull away. Steve Larker, he's won 3 races this season, currently scored 35th. He's trying to get inside the top 20 points. Those 3 wins, he's not even top 20 in points. He needs to be top 20, and if he is, those 3 wins will get a wild card position. Right now, 35th, he's going to lose a ton of points. Like Penny Solana is right now 37th. Steven Taylor battling inside the top 20. Taylor currently scored 21st. He's just outside the top 20, actually. Jake Galloway lost spot to Nathan Stapleton. Stapleton grabs 11th away. But back up front, Fitzwater doing a great job from the helicopter. You can see right there, he did a great job through that corner. Rowe, the same there, the 33. He gaps the 17. The 17 gaps the 6. The 09, the 14. Nelson Taylor's for a top 5 spot. Ryan Taylor trying to off Patrick Smith, but Smith to his back bumper. Looking to the inside, down this long straightaway in the draft. Here comes Patrick Smith for 5th. Here's the inside, if he can just keep his nose there. You have a shot. Yep, got it. Patrick Smith side by side with Ryan Taylor. Contact made for 5th. Turn number 10. Smith tries to carry the 09 up the racetrack. Poundpond trying to keep ahead of Greg Torres. Side by side for 5th across the start-finish line. No one getting the advantage. Now to turn 1, Smith with the inside preferred lane. And Patrick Smith grabs the top 5 spot away from Ryan Taylor. Falls back to 6th. Poundpond keeps 7th over Greg Torres. Up front, it's all Zachary Fitzwater Sr. though. No one closing in on him. The gap last time by 2 seconds. Over 2 seconds to Alexander Rowe, the 47, controlling this race right now. It would all change though if a caution came out if he messed up this corner. To get out of rhythm, definitely fall back. Right now, Fitzwater's just doing a great job through this corner. He's not going wide. See right there, he goes wide through the middle, but he gets a great arc into the corner. Shones and Thompson, they cannot hold the bottom lane through that corner. And that corner is the most important corner on this racetrack, the most important part of this track. Eli Brett looked like he had a run for Justin Lightning. Looks like it may have stalled out though. Eli's trying to battle up further forward. Right now inside the top 10 and 10th, trying to get to Justin Lightning, who's moved to 9th. And up here, Ryan Taylor 6th. Lawrence Poundpond closing on him in the 7th position. But look at the gap. There's Fitzwater and here's Alexander. That's a huge gap. It probably opened up this time as well. Last time I was 2.29. This time, 2.42. So Fitzwater, even without mistakes from the 33, opens the gap up each time by. So that 47 obviously very fast. We're still in the early stage of the race though. So if we get a caution or possibly just a long green flag run, does the 47's car wear out? Is that car possibly only set for the shorter haul? And on the longer haul, does he burn the tires off and possibly ruin the speed he has? Let's have to see though, because a yellow could definitely change everything. You get a restart here, and some drivers could jump to the inside easily, get a good, lay back, get a good launch. Let's have to see. Cautions do happen here as well. It's a lot of close, hard racing. Oh, right there, Rowe goes wide. He went really wide, the 33. Shown sideways off the corner. Great save there out of the 17, spinning those rear wheels. Thompson does the same, and Smith closing in for 4th in the 14 car. Nathan Stapleton for 10th on Eli right back there. Okay, get it. Smith still looking for the inside. Thompson can't quite get there. Didn't have the run. Turn number 8. Keegan Thompson's going to hold 4th for now. Patrick Smith cannot close in. Smith keeps 5th. Back there, Nathan Stapleton got around to Eli Bright for 10th. Stapleton up inside the top 10. Eli back to 11th. There's Derek Campbell and Jake Galloway, 12th and 13th. Mathis Wells, Jay Jefferson inside the top 15. Charles Hart balancing between Trip McGinnis for 16th and 17th. Luke Rainey is 18th. They have Max Anderson in 19th. Dale Lightning 20th. Steven Taylor still only 21st on the racetrack. Then you have Jeff Bright and some of these others back here, trying to gain every position they can to try to move themselves forward. On pit road, called Luigi the 42. Must have had an issue because he has damage. You see right there to the front end of that car. So Luigi has been off track at some point on pit road with a ton of damage. And this is definitely going to hinder his quest to try and make the chase. He was 6th in points. He had a good margin. But you cannot have a bad day like this. 42nd as some of these others are up towards the front of the field. I'm going to be pretty worried if I'm Cole Luigi at this point in time. And I think he maybe scored a lap down as well. I have to check on that. Right now it says he is on the lead lap, but could be a lap down or he could just gone into pit road. So let's see when the leaders come across the start finish and across the scoring loop if Luigi score a lap down or not. So spread out among the front 3, 4th and 5th. Here's 6th. Lawrence Palpon continuing his charge. He's up to 6th over Ryan Taylor. We have 8th, Greg Torres, Justin Lang, 9th, Nathan Stapleton is not pulled away from Eli Bright. They're still 10th and 11th. Lawrence Palpon continuing his charge, trying to get up inside the top 5. He's up to 6th. Patrick Smith still trying to get by Keegan Thompson for 4th. Right now, I'm trying to see if Code Luigi, he has scored a lap down, so the 42 is 1 lap down with damage. So he must have been off track at some point. We remember we'll go check on that after the race is over. Yeah, Fitzwater, I don't see him losing this race unless a caution comes out. He's just so far ahead. He's pulled away to a nice gap. This is his race to lose at this point. The gap back to the 33, 2.3. Once again, Fitzwater does a great job into the corner. Rowe the same there in the 33. Jones finally he's backed up the corner enough to where he's able to get in line. Smith spinning the rear wheels there. Oh, Ryan Taylor's got around the 09. From a top 10 spot, he's trying to get it back going. Race officials keeping it green for now, but cars going around the 09. You can follow inside the top 15. Jay Jefferson will move around. Jefferson last time by was scored 15th. So the 09 in danger of falling back from 7th to 15th off a spin. Turn number 7. And the 09 back to 15th. Just like that. That's how it changes from 7th to 15th in one corner. And look at Patrick Smith. He's 5th. Palpon is 6th. And the 24 is closed in lap after lap. He's so much faster. The 24 is very strong. He needs a caution obviously to catch Zachary Fitzwater Jr. He's pulled a really big gap. It's up to 2.4. Back to Lawrence Palpon, 7.2. But if we get a caution flag, watch that 24 car, because if he could get into a position like a top 5 spot on a restart, get a few positions, and then maybe get another restart, you know, could be big for him. So we saw the 09 spin through this corner last time. Can Fitzwater do a great job of getting through and not spinning? He does do a great job. Gets down to the bottom lane. Rowe the same there in the 33. Shones does it as well. Here comes Thompson. He does a great job. Smith does. Lawrence Palpon goes a little wide. Torres gets through. Lightning. Eli Bright moves back by Nathan Stapleton. Gets to 9th. Stapleton back to 10th. Back here, Jake Galloway trying to hold off his teammate, the 18 Mathis Wells. That's 12th and 13th. their other teammate, Steven Taylor, just entering the screen up there. Taylor currently scored 20th. He's inside the top 20. So he will gain points on pace. Solana, no doubt. Solana is back right now in 35th. The 77 team not having a great day. Fitzwater across the start-finish line continues to lead the gap, 2.3, so closing a little bit there. The 33 is a little bit faster that time by. But it's going to take more than just a little bit. He's over 2 seconds back. Only 9 laps to go. With how spread out this field, you can see there's not really any battles inside the top 10. Not any battles anywhere around the racetrack. Wells and Jake Galloway in the battle here for 12th and 13th, the teammates. With Jay Jefferson just behind in 14th. And Ryan Taylor back to 15th, the 09 car. So obviously Taylor, he's going to be kind of stuck there now. Maybe the tire's a little bit flat spot. We'll have to see if that produces any issue for him later on in the race. Fitzwater, turn number 7. Great job there by him. Row the same. Levi Shones goes a little wide. That's just been kryptonite this whole race. Cannot get through that corner well. He lost the lead from that. He lost second to that. And he continues to fall back because of that corner. Falling off of the 33. You can see the distance back and how spread out the front 3 are. There's Fitzwater, there's Rowe, and then you have Shones all the way back there. So pretty spread out among the front 3 on the racetrack at this moment. Come to 8 to go. This could be Zachary Fitzwater Sr.'s day. He's never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. He's been around for a few seasons. He's just never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. It's one of the only leagues where he's never won a race. He currently has the gap of 2.18 seconds back to the 33 of Alexander Rowe with 8 laps of racing to go. Can Fitzwater finally win a Gatorade Cup Series race in the number 47 car? Alexander Rowe's closed it in the last few laps. It'll take a huge mistake out of the 47 that would really close in enough. I mean, last time I closed in by about a 10th. He's going to need more than a 10th though. He's going to need about 2-3 tenths each lap. He really needs the 47 to mess up turn number 7. If the 47 messed up that corner at any point, the 33 could close right in. We'll see right here through this corner. Fitzwater just does a great job, though. He gets it slowed down. We've seen so many drivers just overdrive that corner big time, go up onto the rumble strips, and they really lose a lot. See how some of these drivers attack the corner. Like Palapon, he got a little wide there to lose some ground. So we've seen some drivers get out like off of the racing surface, over the rumble strips. They've lost a ton of ground doing that. See the speeds at the sign, right there, 164. Alexander definitely, I think he's just a little bit faster, but he needs a lot more than just a little bit. He needs the caution flag to come out as probably his number 1 worry. But yellow comes out, he'll be in good shape. So if we don't get a caution, it's going to be pretty hard to run that 47 car down with the pace the 47 setting. That time by, another 10th knocked off the board, down to 2.08 seconds. I mean, with what, 7 to go? It's just not going to be enough. 7 to go, you gain a 10th each lap. It's only going to be 7/10. You'll cut it down to about 1.3. It's not going to be, you're not going to cut down 2 seconds. You're going to need about 2/10 each lap, and probably then some. He has pulled over Shones, though. The 17 has faded back to his teammate Keegan Thompson. But it's shown the speed out of 33 does close in. You can see visually he has closed in. It's just the problem is he's not closed in enough. Like I say, he needs Fitzwater to kind of go wide through that corner, like we've seen some drivers do. Once again, they both hit that corner pretty well, almost perfectly. Fitzwater nails on the gas to get away. And there come to 6 to go. We're getting down to it. Well, no real battles inside the top 10. Currently, the front 2 have pulled a huge gap over 3rd place, Levi Shones. There's Shones just entering the screen. Last time I had the 17 was 5 seconds back of race leader Zachary Fitzwater. I have a feeling that's just grown this lap. So off turn number 10, Fitzwater, 6 to go at Mosport. The gap back to Alexander Rowe has shrunk again, down to 2 seconds. Levi Shones, the 17, has fallen back to 5.5 seconds back. It looks like the 1 of Dale Lightning, Code Luigi's teammate, is on pit road. You can't tell if that's with damage or not. He's out of the race, so it must have been with damage. But Dale Lightning was running towards the back of the field. He's now out of the race. So Chip Ganassi Racing, a header ratio on the 1 car. That's going to put Chip Ganassi 42nd and 41st. A horrible, no good day for that team, the number 42 and the 1. Meanwhile, Fitzwater doing a great job out front. The gap once again cut just about a 10th last time by. Alexander cannot close in. That 47 is just not making any mistakes. Fitzwater doing a perfect job out front. I mentioned, no real battles inside the top 10. The top 10 pretty spread out. There's Nathan Steele and Eli Bright. They're 9th and 10th. They're the last two inside the top 10. They're pretty spread out. Derek Hamill's 11th. They have Jake Galloway 12th. They're looking, looks like 13th is Jay Jefferson. Maxwell's falling back to 14th. So Jefferson has moved up a position. Coming to 5 to go. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. out front in the 47. 5 laps to go in the Canadian Tire 300. Fitzwater leads. Second place, Alexander Rowe has closed in 3/10. It's down to 1.7. That's what Rowe needs. He needs 3/10 each lap. He needs to cut it in like that. Because with 5 to go, 3/10 at the second and a half, you'll be right on the bumper at the end of the race. So about 3/10 each lap, and a Fitzwater mistake could put that 33 right there. Fitzwater's led every lap so far today. He started second, got to the lead after Jones' mess up out of turn number 7, and from there he's just controlled the race. He's led all 14 laps through 6 and 7. Once again, down to the bottom for the 47. Rowe the same there, trying to charge. I think what Rowe's doing, he's doing a great job getting down to the bottom. He's also doing it faster than Fitzwater, I believe. I think Fitzwater's just taking anything conservative to make sure he doesn't make a mistake. Rowe's like, I have nothing to lose. If I make a mistake, whatever, I'm not going to win doing what Fitzwater's doing. So I think Fitzwater, is backing it down a little bit, and Rowe's attacking that corner. I think that's where Rowe is gaining. Especially down the long straightaway. If you're attacking, you get a great exit. 4 to go for the 47 team and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 4 laps left, the Canadian Tire 300. The gap back to the 33 has opened up by a 10th now. It's up to 1.8. So Fitzwater that time gained on the 33. 4 to go. It's going to be hard for Alexander Rowe to close in. He needs a caution this lap, because the caution would set up a late race restart. Caution lap's only 2 laps here. So that'd become to 3 to go. They would probably have a 1-lap shootout. 1-lap dash. And there are no battles. Everyone's kind of spread out throughout the top 10. Greg Torres has moved up to 6th over Lawrence Poundpond, who's starting to fade back. Poundpond into the clutch is now just leading. That's for 7th and 8th. No real battles right now. Stephen Taylor, the 20, is one of our bigger focuses. He's 20th. The 77 Salada is still back in 36th. That's a 16 position difference there. Fitzwater and Rowe hit the back stretch. Come to 3 to go this time by. Rowe sees the 47 up ahead, but doesn't know what he can do. What can he do to close in on the 47? Go under the sign. Pretty similar speeds. Okay, it's just going to take a huge mistake out of Fitzwater because they're coming to 3 to go. So, since there's no caution, a yellow now would end it. 3 to go at Mosport. Yellow flag would end it. Fitzwater leads. The gap is once again shrunk by a 10th. So it's back down to 1.7. With 3 to go, you need half a second a lap, and even more than that. Fitzwater's controlled the race. Got the 33 there, Alexander Rowe. Just trying everything he knows. Hard to do here at a road course, especially when the guy out front's making a mistake. You can definitely close in, but since Fitzwater's just so perfect throughout every corner of this racetrack, so hard to close in. Rowe that time drove hard into the corner, trying to get some ground. I think he did pick up a little bit. See down the straightaway what the distance looks like. And they may have closed in just a little bit, maybe another 10th or 2, but not enough. If he was close enough to Fitzwater, I could see maybe Fitzwater being forced into a mistake. But since Fitzwater is so far ahead, I just don't see him being able to make a mistake unless the 33 is like within a second. If the 33 is like 8/10ths back, maybe I could see Fitzwater being forced into a mistake, thinking about never winning a Gatorade Cup Series race. But Rowe's far enough back at this point with 2 to go. The gap back to the 33, 1.5, a second and a half. I think Fitzwater's on cruise control at this point. 47, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. The 33, Alexander Rowe. It's going to come down to the final lap and a half. Can Fitzwater break the winless streak in the Gatorade Cup Series and win his first? Can Alexander Rowe somehow steal one from the king of NR? White flag, this time by for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Alexander Rowe. Fitzwater, perfect through 6 and 7. Rowe more the same there. Caution, it'll end the race. It's Danny Lloyd who has crashed. It is over. Fitzwater has to get around to the white flag. He will not have to worry about the final lap. Final 3 corners, 8, 9, and 10. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. will be a Gatorade Cup Series winner. Final 2 corners, Fitzwater through turn 9. Now to turn 10, the right-hander. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. comes off turn 10. White and yellow together. And Rowe will not have that chance to close in on the 47. It was down to 1.2. But Fitzwater is going to win here at Mosport as long as everything goes right with his car. So it's going to be Zachary Fitzwater Sr. dominating the lead all 19 laps as long as everything goes right. Now we'll see what happened to Danny Lloyd, and then we'll see what happened to Code Luigi. So we'll see what happened to those two. We have seen this happen so many times where a guy behind the guy on the outside tries to make the pass. As Oliver Galloway down there, he gets up into Danny Lloyd, and it spins the 56 out, and he'll go hard into the tie barriers right here. We've seen this happen so many times here at this track right there. That's a hard hit. I'm surprised the yellow came out for that because I believe the 56 would have been far enough off the racing surface to not throw a caution, but they did throw the yellow. It's going to end the race prematurely. Danny Lloyd hard into the tires off turn number 8. That saves Fitzwater going around one more lap and maybe having something happen because the gap was down to just about a second. Now what's happened to Code Luigi, middle of the race, and he got damaged and definitely going to hurt his point situation. So right here, here's where the damage occurred. He's bound with the 31 of Landon Lyons entering the final corner, turn 10. 31 kind of slides up, the 42's up there. Luigi gets his wheels on the grass. Once you're on that, it's like you're out of control. You get up into the tires. That's where the damage to the 42 of Code Luigi came. So everyone taking evasive action. Charles Paul almost spinning there. But that's a tough break for Code Luigi, who's running back there already. He's running back in 30th. Battling for 30th. And right there. Got up out of the groove into the grass. Sucked his car into the wall. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Fitzwater Sr. was out front controlling the race. They're on the backstretch into the final 3 corners. Looks like it's going to be Zachary Fitzwater Sr. finally, for the first time, in Gatorade Cup Series victory lane. Final 3 corners for the 47. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Alexander Rowe, valiant effort out of him. He closed in those final about 5 laps to try and make it a race. In the end, Fitzwater was just too far out in front and was too perfect the whole race to be caught and passed. Checkered flag in the air. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is a Gatorade Cup Series winner for the first time. And as the field comes across, congratulations to the 47, and now go see the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Canadian Tire 300 at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. 1 caution flag for 1 lap, and 1 driver led this race, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. from 2nd, 19 laps led. Alexander Rowe ends up 2nd, Levi Schoen's 3rd from the pole, Keegan Thompson 4th, Patrick Smith 5th. Then 6th, it was Greg Torres, Justin Lightning 7th, 8th, Lawrence Palmpon, Eli Brighton 9th, and Nathan Stapleton rounds up the top 10. As we look at the top 20, 9 of the top 10 finishers started inside the top 10. The only driver that didn't start inside the top 10 that finished into the top 10, Nathan Stapleton in 14th. That's where he started. He finished 10th. In fact, Ryan Taylor's probably going to finish top 10 until he spun off turn number 7. That's the only reason we probably didn't have all 10 finishers inside the top 10. All 10 starters inside the top 10. 21st to 40th, 39 cars on the lead lap. Code Luigi left in the race. That was 40 running as Luigi had his damage from that accident. He ends up 40th. And Danny Lloyd, Dale Lightning out Lloyd from the crash. Lightning header issues. Let's now go see the points. Here are the points standings after race number 22. And Pensal's points lead has definitely been cut into. About 50 points Steven Taylor gained this time. Taylor still 2nd. Patrick Smith is 3rd. He's already locked in anyway. Max Harrison 4th and Trent McGinnis 5th. Then we have Justin Lightning 6th. Code Luigi 7th. Sebastian Kukulon 8th. Anthony Hernandez 9th. And Jacob Davidson, rounding out the top 10. As we look at the top 20, our 2 wild cards. Charles Arbert 12th with his 2 victories. And Luke Rainey 16th with his victory. So that's how the points stack up. The front 2, I think, should definitely be safe. Salata and Steven Taylor. I think even if they have some pretty atrocious races heading forward, they should definitely be a lock for the chase. I mean, Smith is 147 behind Taylor, and 276 behind Salada. And they put that to Davidson. Pound Pond's 515 points behind Salada. So I think Pena, Salada, and Stephen Taylor, they're pretty much locked in. In fact, I would say the top three, because Patrick Smith, he's in because of the All-Star race. Taylor and Salada, I think they're all locks. I think it's kind of dicey down here. Even though it's 54 points to Lawrence Pound Pond, Jacob Davidson has 54 points to work with, but then, he's only 20 points behind Anthony Hernandez. Hernandez only 2 points behind Code Luigi. Only 2 points behind Kukulon. Kukulon only 31 behind Code Luigi. So it could get close. It could get dicey heading into this final stretch to make the chase. TJ Hanley just outside the top 20 with his victory. If he can gain 11 points, he can try and get a wild card over Luke Rainey. Or if Charles Everett bumps his way inside the top 10 and a non-winner falls out, could be Luke Rainey and TJ Hanley. But it's close for the top 20. Josh Crash is 26th, but he's only, I would say he's only about 30 points behind in 26th with his 2 victories. Steve Larker is 27th with his 3 victories. Carl Friesen 28th with his victory. Alexander 33rd. Zachary Fitzpatrick up to 36th. But watch for the A2, the 43, the 34, and the 30, especially the 34 and the 43 with their multiple victories. If they could get inside the top 20, they will mix up this wild card. So after we went up north to Canada, we go south, Darlington, for the Southern 500. I'll see you guys then.